Hello, YouTube. So, unfortunately for us water duelists, the ban list dropped the other day, and you know, there's some good stuff. Dweller's gone. That's one of our biggest weaknesses. Unfortunately, it's also one of the only good water XCs that we could have used to still trigger our Dragoons. Now that our boy Bahamut Shark's banned, um, this is probably the worst card they could have hit to hurt our deck. If they hit Toad, we still could have Bahamut Shark, triggered Dragoons, had an extra body, got like the Virtue Dragon, add another card back. Yeah, so because this guy's gone, it now becomes a lot harder to access the Totally Awesome. It's not impossible. I'm not convinced it's worth it anymore because of the amount of extra cards you have to run just to summon this. But I'm going to go over a few combos that I found. So Molan Glacier, great card, loved it pre-ban list. I'm not sold on it anymore. Um, Ripping two out of their hand without the toads to back up answer their remaining cards. It's still strong ripping two, but with nothing to do that, I don't know. We were seeing that one. Barrier Statue, however, I do feel became a lot stronger now. It is possible to do both Molten Glacier and Barrier Statue. Maybe that's the way we have to go now. I'm not too sure, but I'll go over some of the lines I found. So, unfortunately, because Bahamut Shark's gone, we have to have another rank 4 that can trigger Dragoons on our turn, and there's not a lot of options. There's this guy here, Penetrance Action. It's basically just detach for effect and do nothing. It does have some effects, but they're not really particularly amazing. There's Snowdust Giant, which detach, reveal the water monster hand, add some counters on you guys. Again, it's a nothing effect. And there's the Magic Key Spirit Vespatu, which is on summon you detach to add a level 4 higher normal monster. So extra brick, but you can use it to discard, might be okay. It's really a hard one, what's worth playing and what's not. But let's go over some of the lines I've discovered. So this first one I'm going to go over, well, they're all going to start off with Prince. It's a 1.5 combo, or a 1 card combo if you play the Vespadu, because you have an extra card to discard off that. So we will start with just those two. Perulia and an Neptibus. This card can be anything, it doesn't have to be a water, but yeah. So we'll normal summon the Neptibus, and we'll use its effect, sending Shadow Squad. And adding Dragoons, as most of the combos used to start off with as well. Where's my Dragoons? Adding Dragoons. Then we'll trigger the Shadow Squad, summoning out another Spike, trigger that, sending the Dragoons to add Abyss Rhine. Dragoons will trigger, and we'll add our Deep Sea Minstrel. So, because we don't have Toad before 5 anymore, all of our lines have to go through an early Minstrel if you want to play through Navera. We're not going to use it just yet though. Instead we're going to use the Abyss Shrine, tributing the Neptibus to add Abyss to our hand. Neptibus will trigger, summoning back the Dragoons. We'll make a rank 4. We'll go for Pendrance Action. And this is our 4th summon, so we'll use the effect to do nothing. then we'll trigger our dragoons to search for our Poseidon. Now you'll see here, Minstrel would put us on 6, so this line doesn't quite work with Molten Glacier. I'll go over another one that does work, but we'll ignore that for now. So now we'll use our Minstrel, discarding the Poseidon. Looking at their hand, taking away their Nibiru, or something else we don't want them to have for the turn. Now we'll go into Xyz's Armor Fortress and detach to search for the Armored Shark. Now we can go Tatus, discarding Armored Shark, and we add one of the cards I'm not too happy about having to play again, but it does help this line. We'll add the Abyss Gund. Now we can go Link 2 for the an enemy effect to bring back the Shadow Squad. Shadow Squad, discarding the gun to make itself level 7, and then the guns can trigger to bring back the Tatus. We can make our nice Abyss Trite. Trite can revive that Dragoons. And we can slap Poseidon down on top of Trite and make our Link 3. Mermail King. And then we'll discard for Poseidon. So I'm not playing the equip because I couldn't think it was worth the brick really, but you could still play the equip and trigger it here. But we'll trigger the Poseidon, bringing back 3 level 3s. So I bring back Armored Shark, Minstrel, and the Gund. Now we can go Synchro for 7. Go into Prima Donna. Prima Donna effect, return the card we banished with Minstrel to summon the barrier statue. We can use the Armored Shark here. We really want to revive level 3, so you'd send a rank 3 to bring back. No, we don't have fish. We'll bring back send a 4, bring back a 4, any 4. Got Ragnar 0 there. Bring back the Abyss Pike. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but that's fine. We can go Armored Shark for the Virtue. The Virtue add back, add the Virtue Stream, which I'm not playing at the moment. Add Virtue Stream, just set that. We can use its effect. Add Neptivus back to hand, and then we can go those 2 there for Abyss Alacia. Now I'm sure there's a line there where you can have a Qing Ying or something to trigger, but that's not too bad. So we're +1 in the hand, so we still have 3 other cards. I've got this to trigger to bring back the Poseidon Engrave, send, can pop. Not terrible. Now, there's a slightly different line. So we'll start with a full hand of Neptibus and just a bunch of other cards that we might need to use to discard. So we can normal summon the Neptibus, effect, send squad, to add Dragoons, squad effect, summon Pike, send Dragoons, to add the Minstrel. Then we can go Dragoons effect to add a copy of Neptibus. Then we can go Minstrel and Neptibus to look at their hand and banish one. So again, we've got rid of their one-off nib, hopefully. Then we'll go Prince effect to bring back the Dragoons. Overlay these two for that, and detach for effect. Dragoons effect, add Mermail Glacier, and then we can go Xyz armor, detach again, to add the Armored Shark. 5 Waters Engrave, so we can drop down our Mermail Glacier, taking 2 cards out of their hand, so they've got a 2-card hand now. Obviously they're getting one of them back, but that's fine. Now we can go those 2. For the Coral Anemone. Coral Anemone, bring back the squad. Squad effect, just discard 1. Yeah, discard that. Make them both 7. Overlay for 7. Effect of Abyss Trite. Bring back Dragoons. Then we can go. Stick Poseidon on top. And then make a rank 3. The Prince. Or the King. Poseidon effect, we can discard the Armored Shark here, and that would trigger the Neptibus if you're playing the equip. So bring back Shark, Minstrel, and Squall. Here we can go Synchro for 7. Again for the Prima Donna. We can go Armored Shark, bring back a 4, the Abyss Pike. Prima Donna, we can return the card from their hand. Just bear in mind here, if it's nib, you're not protected from it, so you can't give them their nib back. But that's fine. Well, you can, no, that's not true. You can go for the squad here. Sorry. You can go for the statue here. Then make the overlay, do the rest of it. Or you can still make Toad. So instead, what we can do is we can bring out Substitute Toad. Substitute Toad can tribute the Abyss Spike to bring out Sockfrog. Sockfrog then sends the Mirror Mage, which adds the freezing chance. We can synchro for 8 here for a Dragite. Play our freezing chance, bring back the Mirror Mage, overlay them for a Toad. Then we can do our rank 3, get the Virtue Stream, add something back, probably a Prince for next turn. Bear in mind we don't have a way to discard it, we don't have Decider Engrave to bring back. So that's not too bad. We've got 2 cards out of their hand, we've got 2 negates, 1 spell, 1 omni, we've got a pop, we've got Prince in hand as follow-up, and we've got the rest of our hand. Yeah, I mean, obviously that could go a little bit further if we're playing the equip with the king. You could have had instead of doing the Toad stuff, so if we go back a little bit, we had Prima Donna, we had the 4, that, and that's great. So we return the card, we could go for the statue. Make that, get the Virtue Stream, add back the Prince. If you're playing the equip, you can bring back the Dragoons, make a Kragan. So there's still a lot. It's hard. I think there's still something there. It's going to require a lot of cooking to figure it out. Please let me know in the comments if I've helped or given you any ideas, or if I've missed something. And yeah, hopefully we can keep cooking, and hopefully we can see the deck get another top at a premier event. It's going to be hard, but you know, Rise of the Malice got hit, some of our biggest weaknesses got hit, so we can always hope for the best. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.